Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Woo! Green candles, baby. That's what we like to see. So fantastic news, and importantly, I think on the daily close we defended that 2700 line. That's very important for PulseChain and Pulse Coin. So great news there, and we've had a nice little bounce back on that. So I think it's we got tested again, but looks like we're on the way up. So we're going to check out the PulseChain ticker there, and of course get into some of the hot tokens right now. And I've got a few listed. Obviously, PulseX, HEX, and Incentive Token. Richard Hart Cause, they're doing very well. We're going to look at ICBM. That team is doing amazing, and SCADA, of course, looking really good. So those go together. And of course, ZELDA there, of course, from Crypto God. He's launched a token from the looks of it, and that is out there as well. So we're going to check out some of that as well. But there are many hot coins and tokens moving around on the old PulseChain right now. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Get into the chat there. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to look at as well. That'd be very cool. And so we're going to obviously look at the stock market. We had a green day there. Of course, crypto also green day, bouncing. So everything pretty green. And so let's see how we're getting on. We're going to explore the green candles. It's going to be a fun show. Now, if you're on YouTube, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're streaming on 3 channels: the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. So definitely subscribe there. And if you're on X, of course, go up to the top of the profile and smash the follow. As you guys know, I'm rebuilding the account after it was unfairly taken down, my original one, way back. It seems like a while now, but we're rebuilding, and you guys make it possible. So pretty awesome. As you guys know, pretty much doing daily PulseChain content. And of course, I've been typically it was 7 p.m. Eastern, but I think I've been moving around a little bit lately, somewhere between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern, somewhere in that ballpark. Now, we're going to be streaming for about an hour today because we've got a few things on at the moment, but we're going to get into it. Now, we've got a lot of new things coming up from the Crypto Night Show team. MBS Crypto, of course, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. We've got Monster Thread number 27 coming out on Monday. And, of course, we've got our 6 monthly one, Monsters 26, out right now, so you can check that out. Of course, that is very exciting. So we've got another new publication coming very soon. We've also got a lot of promotions going on. So if you're a promotion team, you're a team out there, want to get promotions, you want it done really well, then get into the Crypto Night Show, either hit me or MVS up. And of course, it's going to be exciting times. It's going to be exciting times. We're getting ready to get that bullish cycle. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, without further ado, let's get into the stock market and check out how things are going there to kick us off. So let me see. We're going to go to the middle screen here, I think, and check out the moves going on. So yeah, S&P 500 rises on the dip buying in tech, and of course it follows the recent sell-off we saw. We've got the Dow Jones at the moment is up 0.5%, 225 points. That's really decent to 47,300. Let's have a look at the max chart. Actually, just look at the yearly. That's probably good enough because we're on the record territory anyway. Yeah, you can see it's just come off the top there, but nice little excuse me, a little bounce back today. I don't know what's happening there. But we've got the S&P 500 is up 0.4%, almost 25 points to 6,800. And of course, I think we've got Tom Lee's target is 7,000 for the year. We've been pretty close to that already. But yeah, so we've got a couple hundred points at least to get on there. Now, he says that if we get to 8,000, then we're kind of eating into some of the pump that we're going to expect next year in the stock market. And so, yeah, if we get to 8,000, if we get to 9,000 for sure, we're eating into some of that upside of next year. So let's see if we hit that 7,000. I'm pretty sure we're going to do it quite easily and well beyond. So we'll keep a lookout for that. NASDAQ at the moment is up 6,500%, 150 points to 23,500. And let's see how that looks against the record level. How far are they? Let's go to 6 months, actually. We've probably got too much time there. Yeah, just off the top as well. We've been up around just under 24,000, I think. I don't know if we've popped over 24, but just under it. And we're at 23,500. So 500 points to get to there. US dollar is at 100 exactly. That's been strengthening, of course. Let's go to the commodities. We've got West Texas below $60 OMG. $59.64, down 0.5%. Man, oh man, oh man. Trump's done a great job in that area. Oil prices now for Brent oil is also down at $63.50, which is fantastic. Look at that oil price. Let's go to the year there. Of course, Trump came in on the 20th of January, and the oil price was around $76, and now we're at $60. So that's pretty amazing. $16, over $16 down from when Trump came in. So fantastic there. Hashtag Trump winning. Now, if you had Biden in there, you probably have $120. You know what happened when he was in power. We've got Brent oil at the moment, $63.50, pretty cool. Now, gold is trying to get back over 4,000, and it is at 3,909 at the moment. So it is up $30, 0.75% today. And silver is up 1.2%, 57 cents at $47.86, both off their high right at the moment. So that's pretty much it on the stock market. Obviously, we're getting a lot of results in at the moment, but the big one that we're really going to be looking out for is NVIDIA coming out on the 19th of November. That is, if AI is the big story, if we're in the intelligence age, the new industrial revolution, and AI chips, the best chip maker in the world is NVIDIA. They dominate most of the market. Then we've got to see what those results are to keep that whole narrative going. Are they making money? And so that's kind of the play there. We know trillions upon trillions are going into the market. So we'll quickly see where that goes. I think, yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting, guys. It's going to be pretty exciting to see that. And I'm sure they've been making tons of money because AI is going to affect virtually all areas of humanity. And of course, I don't know if you guys missed it, but Elon Musk was saying that we might get rid of all apps and everything else because AI is just going to do everything for us. So that's could be crazy. Could be crazy for X as well. We'll see how that goes. And Crypto Wally in the house says, if I had to listen to the wife, she says sell, but I'm hodling and DCAing. Wonder what happens after this pump. So far, I've been wrong, and she was right. Hey, look, we're going to be right eventually. That's the point. My problem is I believe too much, maybe. Well, as long as you're believing in something that you think's going to got the end games, and we've got plenty of end games for PulseChain, so I think it's going to be okay. Wookie's in the house there. Hit them likes. We need a way out of madness, says Wookie. Well, we've got green candles today, so it's a good start to getting out of madness, let's say. We've got Vinny in the house as well. Hey, everybody, let's go. Peacock, yeah, Peacock on the moon. We're going to be covering that too. Peacock is on its November roadmap, so we're going to have a brief look at that as well. So check that out. All right, so that's the stock market right now. Let's go look at the Fed rate monitor and have a look at the interest rates. Obviously, that's a huge thing for the cycle. We know Richard Hart keeps a very close eye on interest rates, and it is typically a trigger point for him. We've got 4 weeks and 6 days and 20 hours to go to the 10th of December. We've got 58% of the market expecting a 25 basis point cut. That is down from 2/3 of the market when we looked at it last time. So it's down slightly, but we're at 58%. So still the majority, almost 60%, is expecting a rate cut. And I'm still in that camp as well because of the mixed results in labor markets and inflation. Even though it was up slightly at 3%, I think that the tariffs here really haven't had a big impact. And in many cases, they're down. The prices are down. And so, therefore, we will have a good reason for interest rates to be cut back and continue that rate cut. In fact, I think rates should be down even lower already. We're probably at 4%. Inflation's at 3%. We should probably be closer to that 3% already, right? So it's late in the move on the market, as Trump would say, too late, pal, as he says. So that's where we are right now on the markets. Let's jump over to the crypto market and check that out. So we're going to go to the big screen here. We've got Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all. Let's go. The rockets, moon bags. I love it. Let's be upbeat because we're going to make it. We're going to do so well on PulseChain. And, of course, we're going to talk about a few things as well coming up about that. Now, we've got the total market cap at the moment, 3.54 trillion. That is super low, guys, up 4.4% today, but still super low. And let's get back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the moment, $103,474. Woohoo! We defended the 100,000 mark. Very important, right? We defended the 50-day moving average. Very important. So that is great news on the Bitcoin. We're up 2.6%. So very cool. So we defended the 50-day. We defended the 100,000. We defended the horizontal support. We had a triple convergence there, and we defended it. And we are over the 100K. So that was pretty cool. We're at 103,475. So far, so good. Now, Ethereum right now is up 5.1% at 3,423. So if any of you guys picked up the dip on Ethereum, congratulations. That was a really great move. We certainly know that Tom Lee will be picking it up at these prices. Number 4 is XRP, up 7.7%, $2.34. Number 5 is BNB, up 3.2%, $953. Solana at number 6 is up 6.2%, $161. Number 9 is Tron, up 2% at 29 cents. And Doge there at number 10 is up 3.3% at the moment. So those are our top 10. in a crypto land at the moment. So that's kind of cool. Looking at the best performer over the last 24 hours has been Solana. No, actually, it's been technically it's been Lido Stake D, but we're going to ignore that and just go to Solana, 6.2%. We've got the best performer over the last week, which is the worst performer, I guess is the way to look at it, is Tron, down 2.1%. That's the best performer there in the top 10. Top 100, let's have a look at top 100 for the 24 hour. I should probably start doing this more, but we've got Quant up 19%. We've got Zcash up 90%, and then we've got Pump Fund up 13%, Aster up 10%, and Hyperliquid up 8.5%. There's the best performer in the top 500. The best top 5 in the top 100 for weekly is Dash up 122%. Internet Computer is up 69%. Zcash 37%. White Bitcoin 25%, and finally a Mincore up 8.4%. So only 4 of the coins in the top 100 are up over 10% in this week, but that's not surprising given the huge volatility and sell-off as well. Wookie says holding the 103 is the key. See, holding the 103. Yeah. You're right. It's what you said yesterday, actually. Wookie did say that. All right, so that is the top 100. Top 1,000, we've got Soon Token, Giggle Fund, and Alchemex. Then top 1,000, of course, we're waiting for Peacock. Peacock's going to get there. I reckon it's going to do it quite easily this month. Quite easily this month is my expectation. And top gain is there. So we'll have a quick look at that. Trending is Ergo, Zcash, and Pudgy Penguins. Of course, Tom Lee loves the old Pudgy Penguins, which is kind of funny. And those young guys that launched it are probably living the life in Dubai or somewhere like that. That's probably the way it goes. So that's pretty much it for the moment. Yeah, that's where we are on the old crypto majors. That's all I can say about that. All right. Bam, bam, boom, boom. All right. So we're going to get into PulseChain. And I just wanted to bring something up before we get into PulseChain. So let me see. Who was I looking for? Somebody here. I'm not sure. No, it was a different name. Let me just look it up here. Bam. We've got some cool updates here. Let's see if I can find it. All right, there it is. So let's go to it. We're going to go to the next section, which is PulseChain, and let's have a look at the green candles. So yeah, yesterday I did like an hour and 45 minutes in the live stream. Today we're definitely doing an hour because I've got a few responsibilities to do other stuff. But I did want to get to Dirty Crypto here. And Dirty Crypto here put out a post about the Richard Hart and, of course, the ETH that was on the move. So he's got here PulseChain, actually 120,000 ETH today alone went through Tornado Cash, and Sacrifice Wallet began with 171,000 ETH. Only 5,000 ETH remain to be Tornado Cashed. And that was at the post that he did there. And I think that's the last one. You can see all the transactions going through Tornado Cash there. So that was pretty interesting. So that is we saw him do a little bit a while back, and now he looks like he's done the big bulk of it. And so yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. Now Richard Hart, of course, is the man, the myth, and the legend doing all this stuff, which is pretty cool. He's got we laughed at this meme yesterday. Today he's got wallet watchers be like. In other words, I'm probably talking about the Tornado Cash is my guess. And so he put this out 2 hours ago, and he's got a lot of people. He's got sneaky little things going on there. Green candles coming to a chain near you, says the Amish kid. And DJ Cryptomatic in the house there. It's pretty funny. All right, so that is Richard Hart's post lately. What else has he got there? What did you like and dislike about the government shutdown so far? Yeah, that's still continuing, isn't it? And so, yeah, that's where we are right now with the old Richard Hart. So things are on the move. Dirty Crypto, nice post. And yeah, that's where we are right now. Now we're going to get to PulseChain. PulseChain day 908. So we've got the results for that. We're heading towards 1,000 days since PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023. And what a fun day that was indeed, especially the first couple of days. Now, we did have some interesting politics before we get into the PulseChain results. In New York, unfortunately, they've put in a Islamist, communist, socialist narcissist. So they're in big trouble. And we did see that it was the young woman between, I think, something like 18 and 30 or something. They voted something like 80%, 85% from insanity, guys. They are going to be the biggest victims of his policies. It's just insanity. I cannot understand these people voting in people that are the worst. They're going to bring the worst situation conditions for them. The same thing we saw in London is going to happen in New York. It's going to be very, very bad. So I just don't understand it. I just, why does it happen? Well, I do have a few reasons to understand it, but it's just crazy. There's crazy stuff there. So pray for New York. That's all I can say. All right, so we've got day 908 here. Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0297 is up 11.1%. So hooray for everybody. We got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0196, up 11.3%. The buy and burn is sitting at 8.02% based on Go Pulse numbers. INC is $1.15, up 12.2%. And then we've got HEX on PulseChain at 60, just under 68 hundredths of a penny. So 2/3 of a cent. Is up 12.3%, so slightly doing better than INC today. HEX has had a nice little rebound. It was 1/1500th of a penny, has jumped to 1800th of a penny, so it's a nice little rebound there for HEX. So the combined prices of HEX and PX are sitting at 8500th of a penny right now, trying to get back up to that 1 cent. Now, you guys know as soon as we get to 1 cent with PHEX or HEX on PulseChain, we've got to get to about 3.2 cents, I think it is, for it to really break away. And so we've been looking for that. Hasn't been had a chance to get there for a long time. So we'll keep track on that. But once it does, it's absolutely game on, guys. Absolutely game on. So keep a lookout for that. I just feel like that's just such a major trigger sign there for PulseChain. If HEX gets up to that 3.2 cents, it's game on. Now, other coins may have moved well before that. Maybe the Peacock, for example. But we're going to keep a tab on that. Let's have a quick look at the PulseChain chart. So we're going to go full mode on here. Now I've got the daily chart up in here right now, but we did want to defend the 2700. I've said it many times. We've already tapped it several times. We tapped it back here on the 10th. We tapped it back here on the 17th and 18th. We tapped it back here on the 22nd. So it's at least these 4 taps around the 2700 mark. So it's 4 zeros, 2700. Just getting rid of the 4 zeros because it's much easier to say. Otherwise, I'd be saying 4 zeros, 2700. So just for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, we've got the price here. We had yesterday, we had the price go down to 25.80, but the key was what was the close, and the close was at 27.24. So good stuff, guys. We're lucky there today with the new candle here, and we had. Or at least the current candle, we've got the price went to 26.60, but the close it was so far is 29.56. So at least the current price is 29.56. So nice close on that shortly will be very, very cool. Now, I'm not sure when that's actually happening. Maybe it's in the next 40 minutes or something. Not quite sure, but it's pretty close. I don't think we've rolled over quite yet. So quadruple 29.56, really good, guys. That's great. And look at that strength in that candle. Really nice strength in that candle there as well. Now, the RSI, of course, got down pretty low on the daily candle from yesterday. We're at 37. We're now at 44. So we've got plenty of room to move on the old daily there. What's the 4-hour sailing as well? 4-hour has been rolling in the RSI, and we're still only at 53, 54. So really good there. We've got certainly some good momentum to potentially really rally up there on the 4-hourly. Look at that. Wow, that's pretty good action there. Probably have a little bit of a breather and hopefully just continue on there. Nothing holding us back on the RSI. Except for volume, and maybe volume's our friend, right, on the upside there. Going to the weekly on Pulse right now. So actually, let's go back to the 4-hourly there because I just saw a little moving average. So we've got these moving averages, right? So we've got the 9 4-hour moving average about to cross over the 21 or the 3-week moving average, or at least not 3 weeks. So the 4-day 21 4-hour moving average. Got to get that right. So we're about to have a bullish cross in there, so that's bullish too. So that is very, very good there. The daily, let's see what we had on there actually. Daily, we got a turn up here with the 9 day over the 21. So that continues the trend. It's game on there too. So looking pretty good. But let's go to the weekly chart here. And, we're getting a nice little butterfly doji here, aren't we, on the weekly? That's bullish. And also we're down here at 43. That's bullish too. We've got plenty of room to move. And of course, we can get a little bit of turning here. You can see that. Let me get rid of the RSI. You can see here on the 9 weekly moving average, get a bit of a turn there. That'd be very, very bullish to the upside. And hopefully we're just going to exit out of this triangle and move up right and to the top of this, at least to the top of this channel. That's kind of here, right? So keep a lookout for that. Obviously, the main sacrifice price is all the way up here, 0001. Certainly be party time. But hey, look, we might just zigzag up here a little bit. into the end of November and into December could become a very good party time for a pump, right? For a pump. So maybe after the 10th of November, after the 10th of December, we might get something, a little God mode candle, especially if we get that interest rate cut, regardless. But as Richard said, he's not really interested in altcoin season. He's interested in PulseChain season, which is, I just keep remembering that in my mind. And we also know he likes interest rate cuts, and I keep that in my mind as well. But we've also got Liberty Swap doing some pretty incredible things at the moment, with the gateway bridge and the, as I call it, the Stargate to all the other chains. It is pretty special what they are doing. So, we'll keep a lookout for that too. And we've got, obviously, we've had the ETH, as I showed earlier, we're from Dirty Crypto, going through the rest of the ETH, going through the time warp into Tornado Cash. So lots of cool things coming. We also know that Railgun is coming right at the end of November, guys. Woo-hoo. Wink, wink. No, it's a bit like a puzzle game, isn't it? You have to put all the pieces together. We've got Railgun coming, the privacy coming at the end of November. We've got interest rate cuts at 10th of December. Some interesting period after that, isn't it? We got the rest of the rollout of the roadmap from Liberty Swap, so we've got to talk about that coming up as well. So just remember that conversation. We're going to continue on there. So that's kind of where we are right now. Let's go to the gas prices. So gas prices now just under 400,000 beats are pretty normal what we've had recently. We've only had one blip, I think, in the last week where we got over 3 million, and we're at 4 tenths of a penny, I should say, for a PulseChain swap. Validators right now, 53,257, pretty similar to what we've had the last couple of days, at least the last day, I think, or 2 days. Bridge there. Let's have a look at that on GoPulse, 93.2 million. So we're still down quite a bit. Obviously, HEX is down. HEX moves and we're way up, right? We just start to climb. But let's have a look at our snapshot and see whether we've managed on this pump to get a bit more capital over the bridge there. So at the, was it 11 days ago, I think it was, we had 603 ETH and 6,308 ETH. Now we've got 6,330. We had, I'm going to ignore the EX because, it's really price driven. We had DAI, we had 19.939 million DAI. Now we have 19.69. So we're actually up on the DAI, guys. So that's great. No, actually, we're down on DAI. So my bad. I got the numbers mixed around. We're down. Who is this guy? Who's this guy? We got 200. We're about 250,000. Sorry, 250. 250,000 down on the DAI. So 250,000. Let's have a look at USDC. I better read this properly this time. USDC was 15.4. We're at just under 15, so we're down 400 on that. So it's 650 on those two. But the good news, I think, is USD Tether was at 5184. We're at 53 now, so we're up about 115 on USD Tether. So what does that make it? 525, something like that, down. So over $500,000 down on the stables. And EHEX though is partly offset that because it's up about 22 Ethereum, so that's partly offset there. All right, that's where we are. Bitcoin pretty much the same. All right, so that is the majors there. Let's go over to the actually let's bring up PulseChain stats before we move on. PulseChain stats, and let's have a look at the bridge value on there. So let's go to bridge. Let's go to we got bridge stats here. Let's go to the daily inflows. How are we doing? Oh, nice. So another green day. Yesterday we had a green day, and today we got a green day. So 900,000 daily inflows, 772 out. And we've got a positive 125,000 on the daily inflow there, so that's pretty cool. So we want to see more of that, right? Especially getting into sort of 500k, maybe a $3 million day here and there. That'd be pretty cool, guys. All right, so that is the PulseChain stats. Let's jump over to the markets, and we've got some big moves. So as you can see in the title of the video, I've got PulseX, Inc, HEX, and we've talked about all those. But we've also got ICBM, SCADA, and ZELDA there on the move. So let's talk about those. So we had ZELDA here, Tiger Crypto Dog, he's called himself here, Tiger Crypto Dog. It has only been around for 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that, 5 hours. And that is up 975%, 242% there. So he's a community influencer on X and does lots of videos, does lots of video coverage. So that's at 0001470. Now, nothing of this is financial advice, of course. I'm not endorsing any particular project. Doesn't matter if it's an influencer or not. Just take note of that. We are talking about it, and as you guys know, I talk about just about everything on PulseChain. So there we go. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. Let's have a look at the breakdown of this. So let's have a look at stuff. Tiger, Crypto Dog, ZELDA, digitalized on PulseChain forever. So that must be his dog ZELDA, and that is on the move. Let's have a look at the hourly because I got on the weekly chart. So there's the hourly chart there. So it's doing pretty well. Market 125k, liquidity 25k. Volume is a massive 223k. It's pretty crazy. Let's go to the X account and have a look at Tiger Crypto God. Many of you will know him, of course. And let's have a look here. So this is Tiger Crypto God here. I'm pretty sure he's got the link here. Tiger Crypto God says, "Don't mess around with ZELDA over from getting puppy toys." So he's got some we're a family channel, right? So he's got some non-family channel verbiage there. So I'm going to have to ignore that. But yeah, Tiger Crypto God 57 minutes ago, I'm explaining to her that if ZELDA coin gets above 375k market cap, we can go to PetSmart and get pupper toys. So that is the ZELDA dog there. Yeah, I don't know what it is with owners and their dogs and licking faces, but it is what it is. I'm not really a dog person myself, so there we go. It probably explains it. So we got market 135k. Well, apparently they're not going to be going to the PetSmart yet. They've still got a bit of work to do. On the talk, I've got to move on. We got courtesy of Frankly on this one. So we got the old contract there, and I got the dog looking pretty stylish. I must say that is pretty cool. That's a great picture. I like that. I'm going to give that a nice like there. And what else we got going there? Let's scroll down here. I remember a long time back. Do you guys remember this post? I can't remember. It was some influencer, somebody in the community said, I can't remember who it was. They said, I bet by the end of the bull market cycle, I can't remember exact phrasing, so I'm paraphrasing, and it's probably bad, but they said, I think they said something like maybe almost all or 80% or 90% of influencers would launch their own coins by the end of the cycle. And I think we've seen a lot of that, right? Which is fine. It's crypto. We're in crypto. So I have no problem with people launching their own coins. That's what it's all about. We're in crypto, for goodness sake. So yeah, it is what it is. Now, some of them will do better than others. It's just the laws of crypto and DeFi, right? It's just the way it goes. Now, because typically what do people try to get mechanisms through? They try to get either staking or tax tokens or what's the other thing that people do? Buying burnings, things like that to get volume and value through. So it is what it is. So pretty cool. Toe Crypto God out there. Give some support to the community. So we've got plenty of pictures. Yeah, if you're going to have a token around your dog, you're going to post a lot of pictures. So I think where's the first one? I think this might be the first one. If you buy a little, I'll do videos of her buying things in PetSmart. I did not launch this, FYI. So it's straight up gambling. So he says he did not launch it. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, it's linked to his account. So there we go. That is Toe Crypto Gods and ZELDA on there at the moment. Now, obviously, I'm not, we're just talking about it because he launched it. So there we go. Or somebody launched it. he's certainly supporting it. So I don't know. You have to go ask him. But we got the next one is ICBM. Now, this guy's been around for a while now, and ICBM has the dev is very cool. Does very good tokenomics. They've got a great community in there. Yeah, this has been on the move. Now, this is ICBM paired up with SCADA. SCADA's the new coin there. And that's doing pretty well. So we've come off the bottom, 00057, and we're out now at 1400th of a penny right now, holding pretty strong. ICBM versus SCADA there. SCADA itself, the new token, up 136% overnight, and a big pump there. And it says supply control and distribution application, and that is doing pretty well, this chart, isn't it? So yeah, we're seeing some really good tokenomics and a very committed community from ICBM, and yeah, the dev's really cool. We've covered it before, right? So very neat there, and it's been in the monster thread as well. All right, so ICBM on the move and doing some big power moves, 2x moves, and it's pretty awesome. Market caps, 1.5 million for SCADA, quarter of a million for ICBM. So there we go. We have also got some OG web chefs on the move right now. We got Remember at number 5 at 52%. Let's have a quick look at where that is. 10-0 still, so still got a bit of work to do, but that's pumping off the bottom. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. 10 zeros, 3,600, and suddenly pumped to 5,400. Now, I'm not sure whether there's anything in the OG web chef there. Typically, you got to keep, really close to what they're doing in the Telegram there. I did think that there had been a little bit of split in the group. doing different going in different directions. We often see that, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I just heard a rumor there, so I'm really supposed to be rumors or dramas, but that's kind of what I heard there some time back. So you can let me know if you do know. DevC coin there. I used to have an insider into the group that used to give me all the updates, so and they're very reliable. So I won't name names. We got DevC right now, number 6 is up 42%. We got gas money from OG Web Chef again, up 40%. So we've got a bit of move on a couple of the gas OG Web Chef ones, and that's up as well from the bottom there. I know quite a few people are probably still holding these tokens, and they got sold off, and they still held them. So they'll be pretty happy about these rebounding. 5 zeros, 5,400 is now up at 4 zeros. So it's actually lost a zero on the old gas money, and that is at 4 zeros, 1,000. And I think I'm trying to remember what you earn for gas money. You earn Pulse. Yeah, you get Pulse in your wallet. How about that? Pulse is pumping, and it's good to get Pulse in your wallet. Makes sense, probably part why it's pumping, perhaps. We got the world's greatest PDI printer, another OG Web Chef at $3.79, and this is pumping off the bottom as well. Now this is versus HEX. This pair, obviously, there's many pairs. $2.90 to $3.80 right now on the old world's greatest PDI printer, and of course printing new PDI, right? And it's at 3.5 million market right now, up 37%. So nice little move there. So OG Web Chef on the move. So we're seeing kind of three main groups there. Reserve Tay, or Stake Teeth, the PulseChain fork there, up 32%. Reserve Tay up about 29%. Liberty up 27% there as well. I think the Amish kid was keen on Liberty, up 27%. I think I saw a post earlier. A trope over there from James Maria, up 27%. Number 15. So this is our top 15 right now. And then we've got Bria. Bria's up 24.4%. So a nice little move there. I had a little debate about Bria with one of our cool people. And it's they thought there might be a sell-off from yesterday's pump. And I go, nah, the chart looks really good. And so far it's played out that way. So 000, 3,700, and it's on the move. So we are expecting it to get good big Coinwell support, right? From Coinwell, we'll see. So far we got a very good reaffirmation after a long time coming that Rackham Rochelle, that it was going to be the AI agent for Coinwell. Now, obviously, nothing financial advice. You got to follow it very closely. We hadn't heard a lot about it over that time, but we're gonna keep tabs on that. I don't know if I've got Rackham Rochelle down here. I do, yeah. So Rackham Rochelle here what the heck is this? This is looking good. We're gonna check that out. That looks really badass. All right, so. Yeah, we had this post yesterday, fifth year. So we hadn't really heard Rackham Rochelle talk about Bria for some time. We had Miss Rochelle was talking about Bria from time to time and putting the old ticker there. But we did have this on the 5th. They underestimate. They will not end. That will not end well, Bria. So that's got the Bria dog there. So presumably it's not a nude Bria either. It's the existing Bria. That's I guess the other one, but it looks pretty cool. He's been putting out a few other things on here at the moment. But what is this? A little sneak peek. This looks pretty interesting. Is this the? This is the little. Look at this crate coin. A little sneak peek, guys. Boy, does it look good too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he really knows that he's got to make this poppin' because this could really fly. Look at the sneak peek here. He's got crate coin referral as well. Interesting. Okay, it's good for the influencers out there. I think it's misspelt though. We've got Wallet Connect in there as well. But look at these little cards here. We've got Joshua Wu. It looks like it's intentionally a little sneak peek there. I think Joshua Wu's had a hand in this, to be honest. But we got all these cool little pictures here. Is this the idea? I don't know whether it's supposed to be a little ticker, the little token launch site there. This could be a little pump tires competitor on this one. And I'm just trying to read the top there. Is that Coin Mafia? It's got or something like that. Coin Mafia or something. So it looks like it's got a coin, like a pump tires kind of site in the mix here as well. Very interesting. That just came out 55 minutes ago, so guys. So this is hot off the press. That's very interesting. Talking about it on live show now. You got our attention. That's probably the way to go. You got our attention. How about that? All right. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And we've got Joshua Wu. Joshua Wu underneath there. Is it? Yeah, Joshua Wu. Keeps changing his profile, so I got to keep up with that. Joshua Wu riding the Bria dog. The Bria dog's getting pretty big, so maybe that's a possibility now. But yeah, So there we go. Bam. All right. So yeah, that's those cards could be pretty popular. I really like the layout of that. Do you guys like that? I like the little tease here on this as well. Man, things are starting to happen on PulseChain, guys. People bring some really cool stuff, and we're excited about it. Now we got Hut with Dog in the house there. Good morning. Always love your wife, but never take their financial advice unless you are married to Melanie Perkins. That's a good one there. We got Crypto Wally says Peacock to the moon. Will it? I think it's almost a certainty. Assuming the team's as good as if the team is the same as they have been so far, and then yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, this is the thing about DeFi. Let's talk about DeFi a little bit, just quickly. There's only I think out of DeFi, there's only a small fraction of DeFi that's actually DeFi, right? A lot of the rest of the other projects all reliant on people, and people can be great, people can let you down. So there's a little bit of that everywhere. It's just the way it goes, unfortunately. We got Pulse Incinerator in the house there. Please explore the PulseIncinerator.com app as well. It's one of the kind projects on PulseChain. There isn't any out of my knowledge. Thank you. Hey, Pulse Incinerator. Yeah, we'll check that out, but we probably won't do it right now. But maybe Pulse Incinerator, hit me up in the DMs, or hit MBS Crypto up from the Monster thread. Send them a DM on X, and we can talk to you about all that. We got a comment here. Another comment. I got to read this. It's coming up next. Let's go. We got Crypto Wally says, wife doesn't know I have Peacock. Don't say anything. No, it's your secret's safe with us. With all the people watching right now. All right, so that is pretty interesting. That is a little teaser, just hot off the press from Rack and Michelle. That was a cool little thing, wasn't it? So glad we covered that. I hadn't seen that, so it's only been out for 55 minutes. So next one up, coming number 20 is Love.io. Bria's at number 19. That's up 23%. Time dividend. Now, we have the big news around time dividend yesterday. That was massive news, wasn't it? We got 2,300th of a penny. Didn't move the market, though. That's really weird, isn't it? Didn't move the market. That's pretty interesting. And I think partly that's to do with audience education, right? We take it for granted often that we are in, because we know DeFi, we know how to do all the tricks and all that sort of stuff. The in and outs. A lot of people in these other audiences on X don't know how to do hardly anything, right? If at best they might be able to put buy tokens on a centralized exchange, but once you jump over DeFi is like a whole specialty, right? You've got to have some expertise, and so yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why Liberty Swap has just made it so much easier for PulseChain to succeed, because they are making it so easy to onboard, right? And but that didn't make money, man. They had some huge news there, really great stuff. That Matt Wallace, man. I mean, Matt Wallace is huge, right? He is huge, and 2.3 million followers. So probably easily one of the top accounts on the old X. Pretty crazy stuff out there. So that is internet money. Isn't that cool? That was so cool. And I think that relationship may really flourish there, because Matt Wallace says he wants to make internet wallet, internet money wallet number one. That's so bullish to PulseChain, guys. Honestly, I've got to do a whole live stream, I think, just on the big influencers that are starting to onboard the PulseChain in some form or another, some degree or another. So really, really cool. So congratulations to KG once again on that one. Time dividend at the moment, 2300 a penny. Now, if you have time in your wallet on internet money, you earn a share of all the swapping fees, right? And along with 9mm, it is a huge shopping value. And I'd say the other two are probably Patias, and the upcoming, of course, is the Balancer Fork. The two Balancer Forks are the other big ones that make a lot of liquidity on PulseChain, right? So that's the play there. We got Love.io number 20. We got Teddy Bear is at up 23%. We got RSI oversold 23% there for Investor. This is kind of the grandfather of those other OG web chefs that we talked about earlier. That's at $4.55, up 21%. So it's getting a bit of love here, and it's bouncing off the bottom here on the daily. We're down at $3.66. We're at $4.55, so a really nice gain there on that. So pretty cool. Moving further down here, number 24, we've got all the teddy bears, James Maria teddy bears here. We already saw a Troper up the top here at 16 and 17, and we've got Teddy Bear also on the move, so James Maria on the move there. Teddy Bear Takeover, which is its competitor here with the old supportive Moon King, B Roots, Ian Heinisch and people. That is up 18%, but boy, did it get sold off and really didn't recover very well, did it? Got down to 500, and even the big influencers couldn't save it. Maybe they were the ones that helped make the chart go down. I don't know. You decide. But that is where we are right now, and we've bounced a little bit off the bottom there. The RSI, very difficult to assess here. I mean, look how crazy it is. But that is where we are. Let's see if that was the bottom. If the bottom was in at 0.005,000. All right, let's jump down a bit further here. We've got Shadow. It's been around for 27 days, up 15%. DAI is this Pump Tires DAI up 14% at number 29. And our top 30, we've got the PDGC DAI pair. It's always the more typically at a premium to the others. It's up 13% here, and the price of PGC is at 0001877 right now. We've got Unity at the moment having a bit of a pump here, up 13%, and we know that we've still got about, what do we say, about 10 days maybe? 8 days, or maybe 9 days it is to go until we get into phase 3, when the first real big minting comes out, right? But at the moment, nice little bounce there as well. But I expect that to continue to re-rate downwards. And what's the PulseChain ratio? It is at 9,800, so just below 10,000, and it's been as low as 89.60. So I expect that to just go down a bit further. We'll keep a tabs on that. That's at number 31. UFO, along with PDC, up 13%. Delt Pump Tires is up 12.6%. Curve, which has done pretty well, isn't it? Up 12.4%. That's at 86/100th of a penny. And that has had a nice little rally. Look at that. And it's just having a little bit of profit taking right now. So really doing pretty well there is in the old curve, and that's been rallying. Look at that. That shape of that chart's really looking quite good, isn't it? I don't know what the RSI is, but it is looking good there. Let's have a look at the RSI. And we've got that just bouncing off the 50, so we're down at 60 there on the curve there, so that's looking pretty good. Curve token there, launched by real world real estate developers. So it's the idea of funding it with the real estate, I guess. And they got a DAO for that as well. So you obviously got to do due diligence there. But another one, I talk about this. So we talked about, how do you get volume into your coin, right? Typically, one way is getting supply out. You stake it, but that doesn't really get the volume. Reflection tokens kind of can get you the volume to some degree, but you still got to have a lot of new users going through. And then, of course, the buy and burn. That's just a mechanism, right? You're still going to have that volume coming through. But obviously the big play is having businesses, right? You got businesses that make money. They're the kind of necessary. Then they can pump the token, right? They can be a big whale buyer that constantly buys. That's what we're seeing with Liberty Swap, right? It's massive. In fact, they're opening up massive business all across PulseChain, taking over the whole place just about. And then we've got other ones like validators like Vouch, and of course we've got this Curve one here. So these are sort of becoming the superior tokens, aren't they? Because they'd be able to buy up the token, and if they've got buy all those other mechanisms like buy and burns, like LP fattening, fattening up the LP and all that sort of stuff going on, then they're really going to be massive. And if they've got treasuries as well, right? That's another big mechanism we've seen a lot. Curve volume is at number 35. We talked about DAO token. Pulse Puppy at number 37, up 11%, 12%. Peppy Pump Tires up 11.6%. Swarm up 11.6%. Hex Pump Tires up 11%. Coming down a bit further here, we've got Hex in the mix, which we talked about at around number 47. Firewhale Pump Tires up 11% there. And then we've got all the Richard Hart cores along the list here, all the way down to number 55. That gets us to number 56. And we've got Most Wanted up 10%. Pump Tires up 10%, 10.5%. I think we might get a quite strong re-rate in both of these moving ahead, especially with Liberty Swap dragging up a lot of these pools, I think. Particularly the ones that are tied into Peacock, they're going to do particularly well. And then we've got, obviously, number 59 here up 10%. Firewall, 10%. PulseX and down here to 10%. And it gives us the X Game. X Game up 10% today. Woohoo! So we've got Firewall up here, X Game up here, and that's number 64. So we've got 64 coins over 10%. So that's really good, isn't it? We've got kind of cool. Now, what would be really great is when we start seeing 30% coins with 2/3 of the market on the trending here up 30%. And then we get that for day after day after day for a good week. That's our coin season, right? That's what we're looking forward there. We've got Kirby in the house there. Every cycle, top people yell this time is different. We already topped out, says Kirby. Well, we'll remember that post there. I'm going to remember that one. I'll probably forget it, but I get the idea. We're going to come back to it if I remember. So there we go. All right, so let's move on here. We're just getting warmed up for the market, dude. I go through all the fundamentals. It's impossible for there not to be a huge rally coming up. All right, that's kind of where we are right now. We've got everything else is doing pretty well. Let's scroll down here. Source on Minimal is up 8.37%. Understand there's some big marketing coming up for Source on Minimal. Huge marketing. but I also understand that they're moving to Solana as well, so which is a bit weird. But we'll keep trying, keep abreast of that. Solid X right now, it's up 7% at $1.75. Obviously, anything under what was it about 11% is not doing as well as Pulse. So typically the Pulse ratio will be down. But we're looking forward to the staking pools coming out from Solid X. So we're going to keep a tabs on that. And we had a nice little bounce back on X Game, right? So X Game there, as it found the bottom. There was the bottom here at 6,000. It's definitely in the range that I talked about, right? And so yeah, is the bottom in there. Looks like we're having a bit of a battle though. You can see these candles at the moment, they're kind of even, but to the upside. So little butterfly dojis. And so yeah, that's it's kind of looking good here. The RSI is down at 32. But so it's very indicative to the upside that the bottom's in there, but not 100% confirmed here. We want to see a bit of volume come in there and pick that up a little bit there. So keep a lookout for that. We'll try and track that. I haven't got app moving averages on here either. So just take note of that. Now, Fibonacci is no use on this, so it defied all those. So we had a massive rally on that. So that's just the way it goes. All right, got heavy profit taking there, and of course we've got rotation and a lot of different pumping tokens and all that sort of stuff. So we're not going to get into all that, but you can go check it out on X because there's plenty of people with plenty of opinions on it. So that's pretty much it. We've actually got Peacock, talking about Peacock and Top Hat. So a lot of the pairs that are tied into Peacock, we've got vouchers tied into Peacock, Zen's tied into Peacock, Top Hat's tied into Peacock. All these ones are majority Zero Trust tied into Peacock. Peacock itself, we've got PulseChain tied into Peacock. So all these ones to pin, PulseChain pin. A lot of these ones, Grimace, I think, is also tied into it. The one that was, hot yesterday, down 52% today. This was the number one, remember? That's down as well, the old Grimace. But Peacock, of course, is the juggernaut. Now, obviously there was a big rally in Peacock, and the ecosystem is being built out at the moment. So that's just the way it goes. So we're going to have a quick look at the results for Liberty Swap. So let's quickly go to that. Down here somewhere. And let's have a scroll down to see what's been happening over the last day or so, because they're building out an ecosystem. Now, chart's always going to adjust, but what they're building out is building up a business of income, and that income is expanding, and it will expand rapidly over November. So that's what we're expecting to see, which is pretty cool. Now, I want to start off with, maybe I'll start off with this one, actually. Let's get back to here. So they're just reiterating, a Dirty Crypto's pod. This was 19 hours ago about the ETH moving there. But, they're posting out things like this all the time, and I hear other people's making the same associations that I am, that this project, it looks like it's associated to Richard Heart. Now, we can't, confirm, completely confirm it. I've done lots of different approaches to try and firm that up. And but the vision and the actions and the cleverness of it all is just so sort of Richard Hardy. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And of course, we've got the railgun at the end of November. Come on, guys, it's just so it's just crazy, guys. And the bridge and the pools and the multi-chain. I mean, it's just it's pretty crazy. So, and then they talk about that we've got to ask the boss. This is the guy. This is the guy leading. So, it makes you. It's this all right. All the signs kind of heading one direction. Now, obviously, it's not 100%. It's not proof or anything, but it's just seems like a lot of evidence. Now, is it evidence to the best explanation? I don't know, but it certainly feels that way. Study Richard Hart. Study PulseChain. Study the truth. The best trade is front running trade. We're front running the market. Thank you, and welcome to PulseChain. I mean, what else are you supposed to, what's supposed to think about this? What else? So that's kind of it at the moment. Obviously, the chart is having a bit of a breather right now, but because we did hit 3 cents on the intraday trade, and the high here on the daily was 2.83, but we did actually on the intraday actually hit over 3 cents. I saw that on the trade. Now we're at just below 2.2 cents at the moment. Just have a bit of profit taking here. And of course, we've got a bit of rotation and some of those other coins probably going on, right? That people are doing. We always have, people that are trying to get the 2x every day, and they sort of rotate. And you're wondering why. And we've got thinner liquidity generally, even with the update, still got thinner liquidity as well. 2.2 cents right now. And the market cap 18.4 mil, liquidity 224K, 237K volume. And that volume's so cool, right? Very, very cool there. Now, let's quickly have a look at some of the other stuff coming on here from the team. We're going to jump back to there. So we have this really interesting post. It was 7 hours ago But $826,000 worth of capital has flowed into Peacock since the start. That's $826,000 worth of Pulse pumped directly through Peacock LPs. Traders will have even more liquidity to work with in the coming weeks as Peacock gets listed on major crypto services. And this is huge. They're talking about a major crypto services coming. So they're already, whenever these guys say something, they do something. And that means that they've been working on these major crypto services, and it's coming up. So this team is seems to be quite large. They seem to have lots of specialties. They seem to have not hinted, but they've actually said they've got people around the world helping with the service desk. They've got people doing creatives. These guys are, they do well at everything, and that means that they've got to have a pretty decent team. I'm sure, so yeah, pretty crazy. Now, interesting enough, they had Peacock in there, pumped via Bria, and Pulse guy, of course, Bria had good volume yesterday, but that was pretty interesting there from the team. And he goes, someone says only to 826K, and Peacock went up how many X's? And of course, when you have a lot of X's, you got a bit of profit taking. That's what we've been seeing. It's only counts the direct buys. I think most people are swapping USDC to Pulse on PulseChain first before bidding on the Peacock. We need your TikTok magic. That was pretty funny. All right, so that is some of the cool stuff happening there. And this is very important, right? That's a good start, says Raging Marek Maggi there. Yeah, seeing new money from outside of PulseChain flowing into Peacock is a great sign, and that's what we want to see, right? And that's part of the whole strategy of the Liberty Swap is multi-chain. It's not no longer just the same old capital rotating. Real fresh demand is coming, and that's what we want to see a lot more of. And that's something that we're probably going to see a lot more, hopefully, through Racker Michelle's Coinwell and his linkages into the US investment market, and that's very, very bullish. We're also hoping to see that from Sun Minimal and from Europe, right? We had these two avenues that were pretty clear into large investment markets into US and Europe. The Europe one's in question mark, right? Because it looks like they moved Solana. But the US one is looking still very much on with the upcoming launch of Racker Michelle and Coinwell. So we're optimistic about that. Now, obviously, we don't have too much more insider information there, but that is kind of where we're thinking that we'll go there with some of the teasers that Rackham has put out. Let's keep going through Liberty Swap's updates over the last 24 hours. When it comes to pump Ethereum, people will utterly be utterly baffled. And this post here is another. They keep dropping all these little blues clues, right? These little crumbs. And 7 hours ago, when it pumps Ethereum, people will be utterly baffled. They're talking about Pulse there. What do they know that's going to pump? Now, we can say it. We're on live stream. We say, oh, well, this is going to pump. And normally we have some reasons for that, right? And hopefully we're right. We're playing probability game, right? Probability game. Timing is always the most difficult thing, right? Saying something's probably going to do well is one thing, but saying when it's going to do well is another thing, right? That's the trickiest part is when you're in crypto. And so, when it pumps Ethereum, people will be utterly baffled. What do they know, guys? What do they know? So there's 53 billion Pulse on the ETH side there at the moment. And so this was very suggestive, honestly. And then they're posting out the holders, 5,286 on the old chain there. This was very, very weird kind of language, right? All of this stuff, they're always doing stuff like this. When pumped, 2 more weeks. Ha ha. It's pretty crazy. History in the making. Oh, we're about to become historical relics there. So, it's that comments like this. I mean, look at this other comment. This other comment was major crypto services coming out. And you guys know when these guys say stuff, they're always doing it. They always do it. And it's they always give you the little blues clues. And then later on, it all happens. And everyone's going, whoa, I never saw it coming. What the hell? You guys have been, they've dropped all these breadcrumbs everywhere. It's crazy. It is pretty crazy there. So let's scroll up a little bit more here. Let's scroll up here as well. Actually, a nice little post here, I think, from Somi. PulseChain has a lot of cool things being deployed right now. Liberty Swap has helped big time. Community is strong and have been waiting. Haters watching from afar. Yeah, we're looking forward to them being upset. Thank you, Somi, says Liberty Swap, for our communities and for a new PulseChain. Yeah. All right, so scroll up a little bit there. We've got the old peacock from Crypto Coffee, which is pretty cool. Behold, the PulseChain peacock. Boy, it is pretty grand there, isn't it, too? Right, so 5 hours ago, Liberty Swap says we monitor liquidity across all Peacock pools closely, ready to step in at the first sign of weakness. Peacock remains solid. 206 liquidity pools are now active, and demand keeps rising. And we've seen those pools are just expanding the number of pools that have in the system, and they're all making money, right, for the most part. So Pretty cool. Another one here, study Richard Hart, relearn crypto. I mean, these guys write that down. They keep writing that, right? They keep writing this this thing here. They keep saying this, study Richard Hart, study PulseChain, study the truth. The best trade is front running the trade there. We're front running the market. And what did Richard Hart say? I'm not interested in altcoin season. I'm interested in PulseChain season. So, and then we got the ETH moving through, the tornado cash. We got things on the move. We got the interest rate cuts, and you guys know Richard loves those interest rate cuts. He's waiting for that as market signals. And yeah, it's pretty game on here, guys. I think so. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see where we go from here. I do think that the end of November with that railgun is a pretty key point. And then we've got obviously, I think what was it? Did I say the 10th of December for the rate cut? So I think that's a pretty interesting period right now, given all this stuff, information here. So yeah, let's scroll up here. Insider information, how to FUD Peacock. I didn't know. So I asked ChatGPT, does it look scary? Teach me how to do it. So yeah, we got a lot of things happening there now. Liberty Swap posted this 4 hours ago with the old Peacock there, with the price there and the DAI stables up 25% there. Let me just scroll up here. I'm going to keep going. The dev is still deving 3 days. So these guys are always, they're always keeping the momentum up there like that. So kind of cool. Yes, right now we're earning ETH. So right now we're earning ETH, and that ETH will fuel a serious Peacock pump once it's time to deploy. They tell you guys, they say it every time, and then they do it. That's the one thing. That's the best kind of people, aren't they? They say one thing and they do something, rather than just say something and not do something. I mean, those people kind of annoy you after pretty quickly, right? But this is pretty cool. So right now we're earning ETH, and that ETH will fuel a serious Peacock pump once it's time to deploy. Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah, boy. Our Pulse holdings have already surpassed many major projects on PulseChain, and in just 3 days, those Pulse will start generating even more Pulse. Woo! Everything goes to feed the bird. Peacock reigning supreme in the PulseChain trenches, and yeah, I'm a believer. I'm a believer. It's definitely looking good here. And that roadmap, right? What day are we on now? The 5th of November. Well, 8th of November here coming up for the next thing. So with the 1st of November, 8th of November, purchase 300K worth of Pulse. They've been doing that, right? I've looked at the transactions. We've got 8th of November, Pulse there, Pulse routes go live, enabling instant movement of Pulse between Ethereum mainnet and PulseChain. That's coming up, guys. It's only this weekend, all right? This weekend, I guess, Thursday, yeah, maybe Sunday, Monday. So kind of cool. And of course, max transaction there. All fees collected will be used to add liquidity to the Peacock. And then November the 15th, which is, a few days later. It's not, let me have a look at the dates here. 15th is, Saturday. So, yeah, we've got Saturday and Saturday, haven't we? Saturday and Saturday. So Saturday, this week, we've got the Pulse routes going live. That's a big deal. We've got then we've got the 15th. We've got PDAI and Wrapped ETH, another big deal, right? And PDAI will probably be surprised to the upside there, given how big the community is, and they'll be stoked about that. We're going to have this Wrapped ETH bridge to PulseChain to mainnet, and that's huge. So Pulse huge, all big deals. So just expanding that revenue big time, and multi-chain, awesome stuff, right? Easy onboarding too for people onto PulseChain, really fun there. Now, a Railgun is coming on the 30th, and it's just such an interesting date at the end of the 30th there. PulseChain bridge goes live for privacy-enabled transfers, and of course, we know that's a big theme from Richard Hart. So, whew, game on, guys. And then easy onboarding, right? From Coinbase, Robinhood. Remember they came back, and we were talking about the services that are coming. Well, who's going to be listing this? That's just another bullish thing. This thing is a juggernaut. It's like tentacles are going out through Stargate mechanisms, and they got Peacock to $10, and it's exciting, guys. It's exciting. So as the Blues Clues are theirs, they keep dropping it. 3 more days, they say. 3 more days to the big next phase, right? Which we said next phase is the 8th year, the Pulse routes. Big deal. So instant movement of Pulse between Ethereum mainnet and PulseChain. You're connecting those two up like so close. It is awesome stuff. So very exciting about that. So we got some cool stuff there. We got Dirty Crypto. They're getting a bit of love. We got they have to shut down the whole US government to shake me out of my Peacock. Not happening, Mr. Trump. What is the difference? What is the difference between Peacock and Peacock? don't know if there's too much difference there. So that is some of the highlights there from Peacock. And at the moment, just a little bit of a breather off the top there. And we're at just under 22 cents. So, and all the peers, a lot of the ones that appeared to it are down at the moment. But, they'll have their day in the sun coming up this weekend, right? Because we've got that new launch, the second part of this roadmap is going to be launched in 3 days. So there we go. It's currently down 24%. And that's where we are on the old Peacock. So keep a look out for that. Now, if you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, the link is in the video description on YouTube. Join up today. It's really, really cool. We've got a great Discord there. We've got some new members recently, so join up there. And it's only $35 a month, so it's fantastic. If you just want to be a community member, I think it's about $15 a month. So join up today through the Whoop store. And if you're on X, it's at the top, one of the top links there on X. You can join up to Strategy Club or community member of Discord. We'll see you there. We pretty much witnessed just about everything on PulseChain in that Discord, chatted about it live. It's a great place to be. And of course, I'm passing intel in there all the time. So definitely check that out. We've got Mikey in the house there. Hey, good to see you. Hey, gang. Hexvader is here. Welcome. All right, so we're coming up to, we're an hour and one. I'm supposed to finish the show shortly, aren't I? So we're just about there, I think. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. And just never know, guys. We might get one of these from Richard Hart. We might get one of these.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a God giant green candle at any moment. Giant green candle. It's easier to get them because it's easier to get economic because it takes less economic for sale because there's less of it for sale.
So that's always possible. And we already saw Peacock talked about with the ETH deploy, right? ETH deploy. So, Pulse deploy coming up on the weekend. ETH deploy later on. Come on, guys. And I think we've got Railgun at the end of the month. I think, early, mid-December is looking pretty interesting. Certainly December is pretty cool. I don't know whether we'll see another gold mode candle on New Year's Eve like we did back in the end of 2020. Keep a lookout, guys. Things are definitely humming. And as Richard Hart said, I'm more interested in PulseChain season than altcoin season. And of course, we've got 1 million iPad tablets going out by Christmas time, right? And we know that people are working hard at the Hive. They're doing that, like a Wild SJ and many others. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to finish a bit early because I've got some things to do. But I will catch you guys again tomorrow for another awesome show on PulseChain and crypto. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And big shout out to some of the teams. We've got them in the ticker scrolling bar there right now. So a big shout out to those guys. We've got Hog in there now. We've got Emmett Farms in there now. Of course, Hog is Pulse of the Fallen ANMA. We've got Emmett Farms absolutely crushing out there. And it's fantastic to have them all in there. We also got, of course, RhinoFi. You guys are absolutely doing amazing with your treasury. And, PulseChain's on the rise like now. So anyone with Pulse treasuries or HEX treasuries is going to be doing very well. So awesome stuff. You can see them moving by now. They look so cool. All right. Take care, everybody. Catch you on the next one. And bye for now.